Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm hoping I can get a good view here. Okay, so I'm going to give just a few minutes and let people jump on. I know people are at work right now, and so this is not the best time to get livers, but I just thought I'd go on really quick because I went to Michael's today with my mom, and I got some new alcohol ink colors. I bought an extra white because last time I used my white, it was all clumpy and nasty. I don't even see it on the table here to show you, but trust me, it was not good. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm also live on my Facebook group, which is Southern Makes VIP group, All Things Crafty. And if you're watching on Facebook, check out my YouTube channel. I post all my videos there, and that one is Southern Makes All Things Crafty. So I'm going to go ahead and start mixing up my epoxy. And today I'm going to be experimenting with white, dark green, magenta, and violet. Those are the colors that I'm going to be using today. So I am a beginner. I'm not, haven't been doing this forever. So if you're a beginner or you're wanting to learn how to do it, this is the right channel. This is the right group. You're on the right video because I'm learning and I vlog it so that y'all can learn too. So if you're watching, let me know. It's nice to know who's watching, who I'm talking to. That's always fun. You can drop a line in the comments, tell me hi. So we're going to mix just a little bit of epoxy here. And I'm just experimenting with new colors. Make sure I have everything here. All right, so a couple of things that I learned from the last one is I'm sure it's a learning process. Hi, Jeannie. Thanks for watching. I'm sure it's a learning process, but when I did this tile here with the alcohol inks, today I was wiping it off, and this is how much ink still came off of this tile, even though it's epoxied. So the only thing I can say is if you're going to make some alcohol ink epoxy tiles, make sure that you wipe them down really good. I just took a baby wipe and I was wiping it. But even this afternoon, I still was able to get some ink off of here. So you just have to make sure you wipe it really good before you use it or sell it or whatever you're going to do. But these really turned out pretty. This one has glitter in it. And these can be monogrammed. You can put your name on them. I can put a word or a verse or a phrase on there. The way I would do it is cut it out with my Cricut machine and then apply it on there, and then I would epoxy another layer over it. Or you can just use them blank like this. They make great coasters. The epoxy that I use can withstand up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. This is another one. Now, this is the very first one that I did, and it does not like me. I used oil in this one, this oil right here, the silicone oil, and it did leave a film on top, and the epoxy rejected it. So I'll have to re-epoxy this one because this whole edge right here did not get covered in epoxy. But it turned out really pretty. It's a lot prettier in person than it is on video. But you can see where the epoxy rejected right here on the corner, right there on the edge. It rejected it. So I'll have to put another layer of epoxy. I'm going to have to clean it with some baking soda. And so I learned several things from the last time that I did it. But again, always make sure that your surface is level. I had to prop this one up with these two wood sticks that you can see here. And I'm just making sure that YouTube, I'm in view. Okay, there. I think I'm in view, both YouTube and Facebook. All right, so let me go ahead and pour my part A and part B. This one is A. And then I'm going to do a tile for you and experiment with some different colors. So here goes A. I'm using Stone Coat Countertop Epoxy, the art coat. I love this stuff, especially for my artwork. It's awesome. A is the thicker one, and it takes a few seconds to settle, so you have to pour equal parts. So I draw a line on my cup so I'll know how far up to fill it, but it has to be equal parts of A and equal parts of B, and then you mix them together. And it's so thick, it comes out really slow. I don't want it to come out fast though, because I don't want to put too much in this cup. All right, that should be good. And then I'll do B, and then I'll combine them together. B is the thinner of the two, and so it comes out pretty fast. It's a lot easier to pour in. I'm almost out of this stuff. I need to order some more. Okay, now to mix them, I'm going to pour the B into A just because it does a lot better that way. I don't use the same popsicle sticks. I throw those away. And here we go. And I'm really bad about measuring just because I've been working with epoxy for a little over a year now. And I've just kind of gotten used to how much I need for whatever project. All right, I think I got just about all of it out. And then I'm going to stir it for 3 minutes. They have to be joined together, stirred in really good, mixed up together. It starts out looking really milky. And then as you get it stirred and combined and mixed up together, let's see, it's 6:36. Then it turns somewhat clear again. So I'll stir this for 3 minutes. And I'm sure there's a lot of ways to do this. I just enjoy vlogging my journey of learning how to use alcohol inks. I'm not an expert by no means, but I'm one of the beginner learners. And so if you're just starting out and beginning, watch me and learn. Everything doesn't always turn out. Sometimes there's epic fails. But I enjoy vlogging my journey so that other people can learn and benefit from this. If they're wanting to get started and they just don't know where to start or how to start, this is a good channel to watch because I'm learning too. Okay, so now it's starting to turn more clear. I've got 2 minutes to go. You need to make sure you scrape the edges when working with epoxy, because the thick one wants to hug those edges. And I'll go counterclockwise and clockwise, and then I go from side to side, up and down, and just really try to get a good mix in there. I already checked to make sure that my coaster is level. And so I had to prop it up on these two little wooden sticks right here. You might not be able to see them. If you see me looking away, it's because I'm looking at my monitor to my right, just to see if there's any comments. All right, I've got 1 more minute left. And then we're going to play with these inks right here in front of me. So I picked up my inks today at Michael's. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. That's my favorite place to shop. But I was out hanging with my mom today, and she has a Michael's not too far from her. So we decided to go to Michael's. All right, I think it's stirred really good. Okay, so then what I do is I like to take some heat to it to pop some of those bubbles. So I've got my heat gun here. I don't do it too long because this is a plastic container. Restaurants use it though for hot sauces and that kind of thing. So hot liquids or whatever. Okay. All right, so what I do is I'm going to pour some epoxy on here, and then I'm going to drop the inks in with these droppers. I'm going to go ahead and open them. Ooh, these are some gorgeous colors. 3 of these are Daler Rowney. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. FW. And one of them is Dr. P.H. Martin, Bombay. These are gorgeous colors. Okay, so here we go. I like to pour about a $1/2 size puddle. And I'm going to heat it up. If you're used to using a torch with other crafts, you can use a torch to do that too. I just like to use a heat gun. I haven't purchased a torch yet. I'm getting closer though. I'm chicken about it, but I'm getting closer to doing it. My daughter gave me a gift card for Amazon for Christmas, and I haven't even used it yet. There's so many things that I want to get. I can't decide what to use it on. Okay, I'm just spreading it out right now. Just like spreading jelly on a piece of bread. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to pour some more. And take some heat to it. Anytime you introduce new epoxy, for me anyways, I like to take heat to it to keep those air bubbles popped. And that's what does it, is putting the heat on it, whether you're using a torch or a heat gun. There are some pieces right here that the epoxy is just not wanting to glide over. Okay, let's start adding some ink and see what happens. This is so fun to watch. And I feel like there is like it's too bright. I don't really have anything that I can put underneath this, but I feel like it needs to be like black underneath this. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and get started though. Well, that was heavy. That's not doing anything in the epoxy. Needed to shake it up a little. Let's see. I'm going to experiment over in this corner. Now, my last one, when I used the white, it was just too thick and it didn't move anywhere. And I have a feeling it's going to do the same thing. Now, that brand is the Daler Rowney. I'm not sure what it's going to do. I'm just going to add color. I'm just going to keep on adding color and see what happens. See if we can move it around. It's going to take the heat gun to move it around. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, that white is just kind of sitting really heavy. It's not wanting to go anywhere. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape that off. That white, for whatever reason, the white does not want to mix with anything else. I'm not sure why, but it just kind of, it stays really still. It doesn't want to move. So I'm going to scrape this off. Really super thick, and it just stays. All right, so let me pour some more epoxy on this. Spread it out again. I've got to coat the coaster again. I'm going to coat the sides just really quick and see if I can get these edges. The edges are rejecting the epoxy. So I'm hoping that maybe if I coat the edges, it won't do that. Okay, let's see what happens now. I'm not going to add white again. Put some heat on it, pop the bubbles. And now let's add some other colors. That's cool. This purple is beautiful. Whoops. Apparently this has, I think it has glitter in it because this came out really heavy. I'm going to have to scoop that out. Let's see. Where's my little pickers? There's some metallic in the purple and it's just clumping. All right, let's take some heat to it. Not moving. And this is why I like experimenting. Let's break these up. All right, I'm going to take some heat to it. It's so weird because there's some spots that don't want to take the alcohol ink or the epoxy. All right, it looks pretty to me in person, but it's not doing what I thought that it would do. It looks really cool though. So, I don't know that these are the best inks for epoxy tiles. I mean, it left a cool effect. It's very soft edges, and it looks cool in person. I just don't know if these are the right inks to do the effect that I was trying to get. All right, so I just wanted to try out the new colors that I picked up today, and I wanted to try a brand new white. Like I said, my white was really clumpy. That's this one over here. But now I know it wasn't. You know what? I'm going to try something else. Hold on. Let me grab another towel really quick. I'm going to see what happens if I just put a color in the epoxy. Whoops, a lot. I should have used purple. And this probably isn't even enough for one tile, but I'm just going to see what happens. If I use it to tint the epoxy, okay, let me take some heat to it. The heat makes it more fluid too when you're trying to spread it around on wood or tile or glass or whatever you're trying to move it around on. It makes it a little bit more fluid. It thins it out a little bit. Just trying to get it spread out evenly. Then I can play with it. Love these Walmart wipies. They're so good at wiping everything off. Okay. What happens if I put purple in there? And try to move it around. Just doesn't move at all. And I think what's going to happen is whatever they put inside of these inks to make it shimmery, it's going to stay on the surface, I think, and it's going to dry, and then I'm going to have all kind of ink on the surface. That's what I'm afraid of. And these are the kind of things that you have to do when you're learning a new technique, is you just have to play with it and test it and see what works and what doesn't work. All right, I'm losing coverage now. Okay, I'm going to take some heat to this, and then I'm going to be done. All right, I'm interested in seeing how it's going to dry. This one, everything is floating over. There. I'm going to see how this one dries, because I have a feeling that it's going to dry with ink patches all on top. And it's not exactly what I wanted. The other ones came out really good. It's just a matter of getting all the ink off. But anyways, all right, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I just wanted y'all to be able to see me experimenting with the alcohol inks and the epoxy. This one looks really pretty. I'm just afraid it's going to dry too with a lot of ink on the surface, and it's going to come off like this. So there is a way to seal it, and I may show that in the next video. But anyways, it's fun. It's been fun experimenting with these alcohol inks. I'm just going to have to keep playing with it and see what works and what doesn't work. But in the meantime, I'm going to end the video, and thank y'all for watching. If you're watching on the playback, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see y'all on the next time on Southern Makes Live. If you are on YouTube, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell. I am a beginner YouTuber, and I'm just vlogging my journey with all the many handcrafted things that I do. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Southern Makes Live. And if